In this video, I'll demonstrate the detailed removal and installation of an alternator for a 1997 Ford F150 with a 4.6-liter V8 engine. If you're not sure your alternator needs replacing, watch our video When to Replace Your Alternator to learn how to diagnose alternator failure. Or you can visit your local AutoZone where we can test the components of your starting and charging system for free. Since we'll be working under the hood, it's important to observe basic safety precautions. Set the parking brake and be sure automatic transmissions are in park and manual transmissions are in neutral. To avoid burns, allow your vehicle to cool before doing any type of repair. Don't wear loose clothing or jewelry that could get caught in moving parts or might bridge electrical connections. And finally, should always wear proper eye protection. Let's take a look under the hood and get started by removing the old alternator. Before we do anything, we'll have to check the battery state of charge. To do that, we'll be using a basic voltmeter you can purchase from any AutoZone. The red lead is the positive connection and the black is the negative connection. Simply touch the leads to the battery posts. If the voltage is 12.6, then the battery is fully charged. But if it's below 12.4, it needs to be charged. Remember that an alternator's job is to maintain the charge of the battery, not to charge the battery. This can cause a new alternator to fail prematurely, so always start with a fully charged battery. Use a standard home battery charger like this, or if you don't have one, take it to AutoZone for free charging and testing. It could be charging while we're replacing the alternator. Now we can disconnect the battery. Use a hand wrench to loosen the battery terminal clamps and then remove them. Always remove the negative one first. Clean any corrosion from the terminals with a terminal cleaner and wire brush. Replace the positive cable only. Do not connect the negative cable. On this truck, before we can get to the alternator, we'll have to remove the air intake. First, remove the throttle body trim cover bolts and set the trim out of the way. Then we have to disconnect the air intake temperature sensor's electrical connection. Loosen the clamp at the throttle body, then unclip the air cleaner halves. Finally, remove the snorkel from the throttle and set it aside. Now we'll remove the belt. Locate the belt tensioner using the underhood label that shows the belt routing. Insert a 1/2-inch ratchet in the square drive and rotate to relieve the belt tension. And now we can pull the belt off the alternator pulley. Be sure to inspect the belt for any cracks, tears, or unusual markings. If the belt shows signs of damage, be sure to replace it. Next, remove the ignition wire support bracket. And now we can get to pulling the alternator. First, remove the 2 lower mounting bolts and the 1 upper bolt. Pivot the alternator to gain access to the rear. Loosen the terminal connector, remove the cable, and pull out the old alternator. Now let's take a look at the alternator we just removed for telltale signs of other problems that might have caused the part to fail. If not corrected, these will likely result in a similar failure on the replacement unit. Look for contamination. Alternators can easily be damaged by fluids leaking into them. Typically, this is caused by coolant leaking from the water pump or from a bad hose, motor oil from a leaking gasket or seal, or possibly power steering fluid from a leaking pump or hose. Now look for burnt areas or signs of overheating. This can be caused by a charging system strained by aftermarket radios, lighting, or other electrical accessories. There could be excessive resistance in cables or connection causing an extra burden on the system. Or the battery could be bad, causing the alternator to overheat trying to recharge it. Finally, spin the alternator pulley. If it doesn't spin easily, there could be a bearing inside that has failed due to normal wear or possibly an over-tightened belt. If there are any signs of these other problems that may have caused the alternator to fail prematurely, be sure to address those issues. If they burned up your old unit, they'll burn up the new one as well. To install the new alternator, we'll simply reverse the removal process. There are a few important things to remember to make sure the job is done right. First, always check the box your new unit came in for any technical service bulletins. Compare the old unit to the new one, making sure the mounting points, pulleys, and offsets are the same. Take care not to over-tighten the electrical connection terminals. You can actually break internal components. The same thing goes for the mounting bolts. Over-tightening can crack the housing. And now we'll reinstall the other components we removed. Then reinstall the belt and tension it properly to avoid any undue strain on the alternator. Finally, reconnect the battery. Don't forget the battery must be fully charged so you don't damage your new alternator and have to do this job again. The folks at AutoZone are happy to charge your battery for you, for free. Now it's time for a quick final inspection. Make sure that any wires or cables that you may have moved are in their proper locations. Be sure that all components you removed are back in place. In other words, you shouldn't have any extra parts lying around. Check that all the tools you used are accounted for. And finally, start the vehicle, verify the repair with your voltmeter, and enjoy the rewards of your hard work. For more information regarding alternator replacement and testing, you can call our free technical support hotline at 800-228-9672. You can also go to AutoZone.com and find complete repair info for your specific vehicle, or you can stop by your local AutoZone. Remember, do it yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Thanks for watching.